Another week, boys, and another TWAB. We've got a lot of details in today's TWAB, including a closer look at the upcoming Pinnacle weapons, also a look at the Menagerie, which is the 6-player activity, and some sandbox updates that are going to be coming to us next Tuesday. Again, guys, this is the final TWAB leading up to Season of Opulence. So let's get started. First up, let's take a look at these Pinnacle weapons. That's the juicy stuff, man, what I'm most excited about, as always. First up, we take a look at Wendigo. I said Wendigo the other day, and people said, no, it's got to be like Wendigo. Aha, got it. It's an arc adaptive grenade launcher. It'll come with the unique perk Explosive Light. Picking up an orb of light increases the next grenade's blast radius and damage. Man, I tell you what, perk names are sometimes just self-explanatory, right? Now, they go on to state that unlike most drum grenade launchers, Wendigo's comes with blinding grenades as its magazine option for some added utility to shut down teleporting taken captains or that Cabal gladiator about to get in your face. That's really interesting, guys, because I don't even think any other drum-loaded grenade launchers comes with blinding grenades. Correct me if I'm wrong. They also state here that you can carry up to 6 grenades enhanced by explosive light, so be sure not to let any orbs of light slip through your fingers when you've gotten this weapon equipped. So this actually raises 2 things for me. Number 1, obviously, this is a buff that doesn't go away, nor is it timed. So immediately upon picking up an orb of light, it charges one of your grenades. Now, how many grenades does it charge per orb? I have no idea. Is there a difference between super orbs and, say, for instance, masterwork orbs? Again, I don't know. On the other side of things, what about when your super meter is already full? Will you be able to take advantage of the benefits from these orbs in creating explosive light if you're not actually able to pick up the orbs? I like to believe that there's something here in place on the weapon that will activate regardless of whether or not our super is full. Now, moving on to the Revoker. This is the Crucible Pinnacle reward. It is an aggressive sniper rifle. That's right, you heard it, aggressive. It comes with the perk Reversal of Fortune. Missing a shot returns the bullet to the magazine after a short duration. Bungie goes on to state here that even the greatest of snipers is not a perfect sharpshooter, and you miss every shot you don't take. So obviously the perk here is to aid those that just want to just take the shot, right? You want to be a Lane and Larry, you want to hit that crit shot, do it, man. Just try. You'll get another bullet back, don't worry. Now, Bungie goes on to state here that Revoker was built with the mindset that you should always go for it. Oh my God, I literally said that. But keep in mind that Reversal of Fortune can only return a single bullet at a time. Along with its unique perk, this sniper has a custom low zoom ambush, SOH-25 scope, and snapshot for those close quarter battles. Acquiring Revoker will not require reaching Fable rank in competitive. Instead, it will require players to reach 3,500 total glory points, but you do not lose progress when you lose a match. Holy hell. Why am I even going for Not Forgotten this season, right? No, but on a real note, that's a big one, guys. They're essentially changing up competitive completely. So 3,500 points, what is that? A mythic? Is that approaching mythic? It's 1,500 more points than what's required for Fate or somewhere around that ball field. But regardless, not losing any progress is going to be a really big deal. So if you're struggling with certain things and you haven't finished it out or you haven't reached the desired rank, next season is obviously the season that you should invest some time into competitive. I recently swapped a PC and I have been killing myself for the past few days trying to get the legend, but now that I've read this, wow. Okay then, moving on to Gambit. Hush is a solar precision combat bow. It comes with the unique perk Archer's Gambit. Hipfire precision hits grants a massive draw speed bonus for a short duration. Bungie states here that this weapon is for those who would proclaim mastery with the combat bow. Archer's Gambit pays out significantly better than Archer's Tempo, but it's going to take a more skilled hand to get the most out of it, so make those shots count. Very interesting for a number of reasons. Number 1, despite what we think of when we see this bow, depending on how much it significantly increases that draw speed, I don't know, maybe this bow could actually do some decent DPS. Like being a precision frame bow here, you're looking at the same archetype as something like Turning Back or Subtle Calamity. Those are your harder hitting bows, having a draw speed of around 767. So depending on how much it actually drops that draw speed, like if you're just sitting out there, you land a hip fire shot and then you just start going ham with that draw speed and releasing those arrows, it could actually do some decent amount of DPS. I don't know. We'll just have to actually test it out and see see how much it actually drops that draw time down, but I'm interested. And considering that it will require you to land a precision shot from the hip, it's gotta be something nasty or nobody's gonna use it. Now moving on, Bungie states here that we also have a few weapons and archetypes getting some tuning to make them more effective, and that weapon type is fusion rifles. They are getting a buff. Non-exotic fusion rifles are actually getting their damage increase against PvE combatants. High impact is getting an increase by 30%. Precision frame is getting an increase by 44%, adaptive by 44%, and rapid fire is also getting increased by 47%. All right, fusion rifles have been getting consistently buffed, but I do want to point out that they mentioned here that non-exotic fusion rifles, so these are just legendaries only and rares and whatever else, but regardless, this does not include exotic fusion. So for those that are already getting ready to blow your load over your Merciless, just know it's not getting the love here that these other fusions are getting, unfortunately. They state here that while some of the exotic fusion rifles, Telesto, Jotun, and Merciless did receive minor adjustments due to inheriting from their legendary counterparts, their minor increases under 5% each. This change was done to move legendary fusion rifles a little closer to the exotics, as the gap between them was quite large, at least in PvE. Well, I didn't really see that many people using fusion rifles in general, but hopefully this may change. I don't know, we'll see. Sturm and Drain. Storm and Stress max overcharge rounds have been increased to 99. Sturm overcharge buff text now displays the number of overcharge rounds. Okay, by the way, I think originally, what was it? Sturm overcharge would only stack up to 19 rounds, is that right? Good lord, stacking up to 99, Jesus. Overcharge damage has now been increased by 100% in PvE. Hot damn it, boys. Bungie goes on to state here that Sturm and Drain were weapons that lost a little bit of their place in PvE once Forsaken hits. Not being able to carry around a special weapon hurts your output, so Sturm fell to the wayside. With these changes, along with the new version of Drain coming out in the Season of Opulence, we hope that it has some time to shine again. So the picture that we saw the other day, and we said, wow, that looks exactly like Drain. Well, lo and behold, I guess it was Drain. It's the Year 2 version of Drain, which I've said all along, if they would ever make Drain a Year 2 version of itself, I would definitely use it. It's a fantastic sidearm. It's very deadly, boys. I'm about to slap a rampage spec on that thing and go ham. Now, moving on to the next set of buffs. Swords. Ammo capacity has been increased to a max of 70. I don't even know what it is now. Ammo capacity is a weird thing, right? Starting ammo has been increased by 10. Black Talent has ground and aerial projectile ammo costs increase from 3 to 4. Wow, so they're actually increasing the ammo cost here. Okay. Adaptive frames. Ground uppercut ammo costs increase from 3 to 4. Aggressive frame. Now lunge at a target with their aerial light attack. Light attacks consolidated into a single damage event. Slam attack consolidated into a single damage event. Slam attack ammo costs increase from 3 to 4. So I think what they're meaning by that, if you notice, like when you do, like say a slam attack, it'll split the damage up, consolidating into one damage event. Number one, it's going to give us a better understanding of how much damage we're actually putting out. Number two, I don't know how much is actually going to change the animation due to the consolidation as well as the lunge. We'll just have to check that one out. But that one's also getting an increase in attack ammo costs. Now, lightweight frames is actually getting a damage tuning. Ground light attack has been increased by 17%. Aerial light attack decreased by 21%. Ground dash attack increased by 87%. Aerial dash attack increased by 78%. No ammo aerial light attacks decreased by 49%. Damn it! Well, I guess that rolls out the no ammo sword attacks. Now, they also state here that all other no ammo attacks have also been decreased by 15%, and ground dash attack ammo costs increased from 2 to 3. So obviously, they are making sure that we won't be able to take advantage of any glitches or bugs revolving around no ammo sword attacks. Now, Bungie states here at the bottom that swords are getting some adjustments. We increase ammo capacity, but also increase the cost of heavy attacks proportionally to encourage mixing in light attacks to get the most of them instead of just repeatedly using heavy attacks. Also, much like how Drain will show up in a new form for the Season of Opulence, the lightweight and aggressive swords are getting the same treatment. That's right, boys. Quick Feint, Eternity's Edge, I think that's what that one's called for Warlocks, and Crown Splitter is all returning to us as year 2 versions of itself. I can't wait. So that's pretty much weapons and buffs. I was kind of hoping to see some more here. I'm specifically waiting to see a map or two brought to us with this new season. Maybe they're just going to surprise us, but that's normally not Bungie's way. Normally they like to show it off before they give it to us. I don't know. But we do need some new maps, some bigger maps. And they can even bring back some old school ones. Widow's Court, I've mentioned many times, would be a great one. Hell, at this point, I would be down with First Light. So really, we need some new maps. Now, moving on to the Menagerie. Now, again, this is the new 6-player activity. Bungie states here that Calus would see you grow fat from strength, and during the season of Opulence, he will be granting players the Chalice of Opulence, which serves as a player's gateway to the treasure. Players who emerge victorious in the Menagerie will use the Chalice to serve up an offering of runes in exchange for the weapons and gear they choose from the selection of items available. The treasure you find will be limited at first, but over time, you'll be able to upgrade the challenge to acquire more plentiful and powerful rewards. Kind of sounds similar to how they did things with Season of the Drifter and our synthesizers. Each player will claim their chalice at the start of the season through an introductory quest line. From there, it can be shared between different guardians on the same account. Now, how does it work? Well, they state here that we earn runes to slot on our chalices through the following: completing weekly bounties, opening up weekly chests on the new Nessus barge, using a consumable that rewards you a rune after a strike, crucible, or gamut completion. The same consumable will also give other players in your fire team a chance to earn an additional rune. So similar to like our boons that we currently have in place. Then they go on to state here that you slot the runes into your chalice before you enter the Menagerie. You then play the Menagerie to earn your rewards, and then upon completing it, the Menagerie will award you your gear that you chose with your rune selections. Each rune affects what you receive and some of its properties depending on how you slot them. Now this is going to be really interesting because Bungie goes on to state here that, for example, if you wanted to earn a random roll of a beloved sniper rifle with handling as the masterwork trait, you would use a rune of jubilation, any red rune and any purple rune. This rune configuration is your freebie. We're excited for this community to come together and uncover combinations for each Menagerie reward. So that's a really big deal, guys. We've been talking for a long time of a way in which we can forge our own random weapons. And I'm sure there's going to be some levels of it that are still going to be random, but maybe with the right set of combinations here with these runes, depending on how much Bungie allows us here to create in terms of perk combinations or rune combinations, you might be able to get that perfectly god-rolled sniper, or maybe that perfect hand cannon, depending on the combination that you're going after. I actually really like this system versus the re-rolling system back in House of Wolves. Again, this is going to incentivize us actually doing the Menagerie activity, so I'm all for that. Now, similar to the synthesizer, our chalice here is upgradable. They state here that you will find a host of new triumphs and bounties to complete that reward a new currency called Imperials. Using these Imperials, you can upgrade your chalice to acquire a variety of perks with a wide range of effects, from giving you more powerful rewards per week to allowing you to choose the specific gun and masterwork stat you get from the Menagerie. Now, they state here that you can earn Imperials in several ways, so weekly bounties, completing triumphs, using specific consumables, and we also have challenge upgrades here that allow us to earn Imperials through playlist activities. So it looks like there's going to be a lot of ways to kind of narrow down on the exact role that we want. Now, moving on to the raid. As you know, the raid is launching next Tuesday on day 1, and upon completing the raid within the first 24 hours, you will receive the Heavy is the Crown emblem. Now, for the times of everything, next Tuesday, June the 4th, the 2.5.0.1 update will be released to the players in Destiny 2. The time frame for this is at 7 a.m. Pacific time zone. Destiny 2 maintenance will begin at 8 a.m. Destiny 2 and companion features will be taken offline. 10 a.m. maintenance will conclude. So essentially, normal reset time is when we should all be able to get back on. Now, for players that are on consoles that have some issues with getting the update to load up fast enough, they did include some links here with some instructions on how to manually update your PlayStation or Xbox. I will include those links down below in the description. Now, like they mentioned last week, players must complete the day 1 quest for Season of Opulence in order to access the Crown of Sorrow raid. So as soon as we get in, as soon as I get in, I'm going to immediately be going after the quest and completing it. I'll probably be streaming it and may even throw up a quest guide if it's a difficult quest, but I don't think it is. I think it's just going to be an intro quest for Season of Opulence, and then the raid will actually unlock at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Now, for those that are lacking in their power levels, that feel like they don't have the power level to do the new raid, upon completing the quest, you will be awarded some rare gear that are at 690 power. So it will launch you up very fast to get you close to raid ready. So guys, that is our TWAB for this week. A lot of good information. This next season is looking pretty dope. I hope we get some more PvP stuff though. I know next Thursday it was announced that Bungie's going to be doing a live stream, and they've been hinting for a long time that there's going to be some major changes coming to PvP. We could be seeing some trials, possibly the ability to actually play trials this summer at GuardianCon, or at least that's what I'm hoping for. Well, fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching. Oh wait, I'm on a podcast tonight, by the way. It's at DCP Podcasts, the community podcast with Poke Bear, Tefty, Briar, Holtzman, and Miss 5000 Watts. If you want to see us live, come check us out. Actually, there will be a pinned comment down below of their Twitch. I hope to see you over there. We'll be live at approximately 8 p.m. Central, so see you there. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching, and as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.